All right, hey everybody, and welcome to Site Review Tuesday. I'm Robert with Zenfolio Customer Success, and I want to say thank you for joining us today on the live stream. For those of you guys who have been hanging out on Site Review Tuesday for a while, you guys know how it works. Go ahead, somebody throw a number in the chat, 1 to 68. Those of you guys who are joining us for the first time, I'm going to run through how Site Review Tuesday works. We're going to be reviewing 3 websites. We're going to give each site 15 minutes per review. The first 2 sites are going to come from our backlog of websites that people have requested to have reviewed. The third site's going to come from one of you guys who are hanging out with us live. Now we're going to be giving out points, but we're not really keeping score. It's all in fun. And hey, if this is your first time hanging out with us, or if you're just jumping back and hanging out with us, make sure you say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're from. We love knowing where you guys are joining us from, so make sure you say hi in the chat and let us know. Looks like we've got Jennifer hanging out with us and already throwing in a number. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Today, hanging out with me, helping me take care of you guys in chat, I've got the amazing Cheryl, so make sure that you guys show her some love there in chat. I really appreciate her jumping on here and helping me out. And then just got a few announcements for you guys really quick. So first of all, the COVID-19 vendor updates. There are 2 links in the description below the video to our support guides. Just so you know, Miller's, due to a state mandate, has stopped operation of printing until I think it's going to be sometime in April. Make sure that you go check out those links. There's actually a link in there for you and a link that you can send out to your clients that will let them know what's going on with the vendors as well. So make sure that you go check that out. Also, if you haven't checked it out yet, there's a link in the description below. Make sure that you go check out PhotoBooker. I'm going to be showing a short video about PhotoBooker later on. And then this week on Zenfolio Live, Richard's going to be talking a little bit about PhotoBooker, so make sure that you go check that out. Speaking of Zenfolio Live, this week we're going to be talking about best practices for uploading your archived galleries and marketing them to your clients. So right now, while we all kind of had this little bit of unexpected downtime, a good thing that you can do with that downtime is reach back out to previous clients, upload old galleries, try to harvest some new orders and sales in those old archived galleries that you have on your Zenfolio account, or maybe ones that you have not uploaded yet. And ongoing, we're going to be challenging you guys to post something positive daily. As photographers, I feel like we have a personal responsibility to surface the side of humanity that we want to see. And so I just want to challenge everybody to make sure that they are taking time on their social media to post something positive, whether it's an image or just a positive quote, something positive daily to keep everybody in a good mood while we're all kind of going through this. Let's see, we've got up close hanging out with us, Cheryl and Jennifer. It looks like Jennifer threw the number 3 in there, so we're going to get started with a review here in a second as soon as I go grab the third site. So let me go switch over here and we'll grab that. Also, again, like I said, if you would like to have your site reviewed today, there's a link in the description below this video. Make sure that you throw your website into that form, and then we're going to randomly draw one of those for the third site to be reviewed today. All right, so Jennifer says number 3. So let me go over here and see which website number 3 is. 1 second. And that looks like it's going to be MontanaMomentsPhotography.com. So let me grab that site, get it pulled up really quick over here in a new incognito window somewhere, wherever my browser decides to throw it up at. Let me get that pulled over here. I'm just going to bring it over. There we go. And we're going to put 15 minutes of review time up on the clock, and we'll get started with that review. So 15 minutes on the clock. Here we go. All right, so let me just bring this down really quick so you guys can see that address. That is MontanaMomentsPhotography.com. And I'll just go ahead and start the review up here. One of the things that I seem to consistently say in these reviews, but it looks like you have done a pretty good job up here. You've got the favicon kind of set up. And then all I can see is the name of your site here. So honestly, I have no idea if you have some additional information in your site title or not. But if you don't, this is definitely a good place to add some more information, like what type of photography you do, maybe specific towns that are close to you. Even though we can't see it here, this is your website title, and it shows up in Google search results, and it's going to help your SEO. So something to think about there. All right, let's get this back up. Really, really cool logo. Like, I absolutely love this logo, and I think the color that you've chosen here works really, really well. Really nicely designed logo. I'm seeing some really cool images on the homepage here. You've got a nice site menu set up. So far, really like what I'm seeing so far. I'm going to give you some points for that logo. I think it looks great. We're going to scroll down really quick. Let's see if there's anything down here. So it does look like you have a blog and print finishes down here at the bottom on your menu or footer menu. I think that's perfectly fine. I do see your social media icons over here as well as up in the top. I think that's perfectly fine as well to have them in both places, just in case somebody misses them in one spot. They can go down and look at the other one. Okay, so let's go ahead and just talk about these images really quick. So far, I'm seeing the images are really well thought out. They fit really nicely here on the homepage. I think it looks great. I'm not seeing anything that looks like it's oddly cropped. So it looks like you have been selecting landscape oriented images for this full screen slideshow, which is going to make everything fit really nice and display the way that we want to see it. So great job choosing your images for your homepage here. Let's go ahead and check out your first drop down here. So the first one is horse and Western galleries. And I like this text that you're using here. So this font that you're using here, even though it's not completely identical to what you're using in your logo up here, it is really complementary to it. So it's along the same lines. Really good choice of font use here. So I'm going to give you some bonus points for that because I think it's a great job. Let's go check out your horse photo art gallery first. So we're going to click on this and just following your site menu. That's the path that you laid out for us. So that's the path I'm going to follow. We have horse photo art gallery. And it looks like we got a caption in here, showcases the incredible beauty and magic of many of the amazing horses in Montana and beyond. So nice having a caption up here. Good job on that. You guys hear me say it a lot. Captions are one of the most underutilized features, I feel like, in Zenfolio. You can definitely do so much with captions. So great job putting some information in here. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful photos. I love these photos that I'm seeing. Just absolutely gorgeous. And there's not an overwhelming overabundance of photos in this. So we're not like having a whole bunch of photos that we have to scroll through. There's plenty of images to get an idea of your style and the work that you do, but I'm not feeling like, oh man, I've got 1,000 images that I have to scroll through. So I think you've done a good job of selecting your images here. Now let's click on a photo really quick to see what happens when we click on this. This looks like it's a gallery for sale. Now it's opening up to this page. And then if we wanted to purchase this photo, we would click the buy button. So just a quick question. What do you guys think about that in chat? What do you think about having to click that buy button rather than the quick shop opening up automatically? Sometimes, especially when it's a landscape orientated photo, I can definitely see the benefit of having this over because it kind of lets that image show a little bit larger. And then you click the buy button and it brings this over. But do you guys think there's a big enough difference between the two to have it set up that way, or do you think it'd be more beneficial to have this set up? Now, while we're here, let's take a look at what you're offering for sale. It looks like there are a lot of products here for sale. So one of the things that I would encourage you to do is to be strategic with what you offer your clients. Are you picking out print products that are good for the aspect ratio of your images? As photographers, sometimes depending on how we crop our photos, we might have different aspect ratios in the gallery. So that's something that we want to think about. Are we picking print image or print products that are going to be good for the aspect ratios of our image? Because you can assign different price lists to different images, and you can offer this particular photo in print products that really complement its aspect ratio and will let it be shown in its full size rather than something getting cropped off. Now, the other thing that I'm noticing here is there are a lot of little different options. So for instance, there's fine art matte acrylic, fine art glossy acrylic, fine art canvas gallery reprints. There's a lot of different options in here, and I think it's fantastic that Zenfolio offers all of these different options. Do you feel like this could be a little overwhelming? This is an honest question that I'm asking. Do you feel like it's better to offer a lot of products and maybe hopefully one of those catch your client's eye? Or do you feel like offering a little bit less, being a little bit more strategic with what you select? Not saying that you haven't done that here. I'm just saying in general, might be a better option, and having not so many products in here that people have to scroll through. So just something that I like to recommend people and to think about. Think about the things that you offer. Just because it's available doesn't mean that you should put it on your price list. Is it going to work good for your photos? Is this something your clients are going to be interested in? And then while we're here, we're also seeing the visit shop and the quick shop showing. So you can show everything that you have to offer in the quick shop section. Is there a reason to show the visit shop? If you're offering frames and things like that, then yes, there is a reason to show the visit shop, because they can actually see the frames in visit shop and not in here. So just thinking about the buying experience as well. Overall, again, I think you have a beautiful site so far. I love the consistency that I'm seeing. Let's go back to the gallery really quick. Let's scroll down and let's see if there are captions or if there are categories and keywords on this gallery. So we're going to scroll down to the very bottom, and I'm not seeing any categories and keywords. So if you've taken the time to keyword these photos, categorize them, I would definitely recommend that you go into your gallery, go to options, page elements, and set the captions and keywords and categories to show. That way, all of the work that you put into keywording your photos actually gets used, and Google can read it and they can index it, and you can get ranked accordingly. So if it's not showing, then it doesn't actually get read and indexed by Google. So something to think about here. Still though, just beautiful site setup. I can tell that you've taken your time. You've thought about the colors, the layout. Everything looks absolutely gorgeous. Let's go ahead and check out another gallery really quick. We're going to go to your Western photo art gallery. And again, nice use of the caption here, just a quick little blurb about what this gallery is, and then some absolutely beautiful images. I'm just going to scroll down really quick and see again here, no caption or no keywords and categories. So definitely something that you probably want to add to this, but just some absolute beautiful, beautiful photos. I love that everything's staying consistent. So a lot of times I'll see websites where we're switching from one gallery to another gallery, and in that sometimes the colors are changing, the layouts are changing, and so it looks like you've done a really good job of making sure that things are consistent. So I'm going to say great job on there, keeping that consistency across your site. All right, let's check out your fine art galleries. Let's go ahead and check out Montana Photo Art. Again, another great use of caption here. Let's go down here. Now, one of the things that I'm noticing here is you are talking about photos taken around the gorgeous and amazing state of Montana, beautiful landscapes. One thing that I'm not seeing here is that obviously these are photos that people might buy for wall art or, different options like that. So I'm not seeing any of that mentioned in the caption. So you might think about putting that in the caption. These photos make great gifts. They're great for wall art, different things like that, to really use that caption, again, to help your SEO. Think about what you want your clients to find you for. Your potential client, or whoever your target client is, what kinds of things are they going to be searching for? And that's the kinds of wording that you need to use in your captions and your keywords. Let's go down and take a look at the bottom. Let's see if we have some captions or keywords in this one. Again, so it's probably going to be consistent across the site. I'm guessing no categories or keywords. Again, I would really recommend that you take the time to do that. If you're not sure how to do that, if you're like, what's he keep saying keywords, categories, and all that stuff for? There's a really great video tutorial on our YouTube channel. It's called Making Your Galleries More Searchable or Appear Better in Search. I can't remember the exact title. If you haven't watched that video yet, it goes in great detail on categorizing, keywording, writing captions, making sure that it's set up to show, and really giving your galleries a better, overall SEO standpoint of showing up better in search results. So if you haven't checked that video out, make sure that you go check that out. All right, let's take a look at a couple more galleries in here. I'm expecting everything to pretty much be the same. Yes, as Cheryl is saying in chat, I want to go to Montana now. It looks absolutely gorgeous in here. Like, these photos are just absolutely beautiful. Let's take a look down here. So again, the same thing, some absolutely beautiful photos, great caption, missing the categories and keywords. Let's click on here really quick. Just curious to see if this is the same price list for everything which it kind of looks like it is. There are quite a few options in here. And so again, the other thing I like to always talk about is being strategic with your price list. Are you choosing products that are going to work really well for your particular photos? Do they match the aspect ratio? If you're choosing standard print sizes, are you taking into account what might be cropped off of your photo if somebody orders this in a print size that doesn't match its aspect ratio? Is that something that you're taking into account? Are you shooting loose for that? Some things to think about. Let's go ahead and go back and let's check out a couple of these others. Let's go to your event and client galleries. So events in Montana. Let's take a look here. Oh, cowgirl yoga retreats. That sounds interesting. So this looks like I've landed on I can't tell if this is a custom page or a group page. I think this might be a custom page, but I'm not 100% sure. It does look like it could be a group page. Let's go ahead and take a look at one of these really quick and see. All right, so it looks like these are photos that were taken at specific events that you were at. Really cool that we can actually go in here and see these. So I'm guessing this is a group page that we're looking at here. And then we're getting in here and looking at the photos. This is really cool. It's a really easy way to navigate. So I like the way that you've made this a visual navigation here. So I like the way that you have this set up to be really visual and not just a drop down. There's only about 4 different options in here, so I think it's perfectly fine the way that it's set up and easy to navigate this way. If we got more options, you might want to think about setting up a drop down, but I think this is perfectly fine. Now, one of the things I didn't look at is, are these client galleries, are these event galleries for sale? Let's take a look really quick and just see. So it definitely looks like these are galleries that are purchasable. And if you'll notice, this time when I clicked on an image, it actually opened up the quick shop without clicking the buy button. So that tells me that you've went in and in your fine art galleries, you specifically customized it so that the shopping section does not show up until you click the buy button, versus in your client galleries, it looks like you have it set up so that shows there. And honestly, that makes perfect sense to me. I think that's perfectly fine to have it set up that way. The client galleries, it's more going to be about getting in here and buying the photos, versus the art gallery where you want to kind of present those images really large at first and then have the buy button up there as an option. So I think that's perfectly fine. All right, like 2 minutes left. Let's see. Can we take a look at events outside of Montana? Then we'll check out your about page, and then we'll check out the contact page. Again, I think you've done a really fantastic job of font choices and color choices. Like, it has stayed really consistent across your entire site. The font choices work really well with your logo. I think you've done a really great job at setting this up. Absolutely beautiful. All right, guys, we've got like 1 minute and 43 seconds left. You guys pick a number between 20 and 75, throw it in the chat, and that's going to be the number for the next site that I review. So a number between 20 and 75, throw it in the chat so I can get another site up here in a second. And we'll keep doing this. Let's go check out your about page really quick. All right, and this is Dee's site. Oh, wow, I didn't even know this was DD Barber's site. So, hey, Dee, thanks for submitting your site. Really cool about photo. And again, I think you've just done a fantastic job keeping things consistent. I think you have a really nice about photo here. I love it. Just everything is so styled and consistent. I think you've done a fantastic job on that. I'm always going to say I want to see an about video, but I think this is perfectly fine. Let's check out your contact page really quick. See what that looks like. This is the built-in contact page, perfectly fine to use. That Zenfolio offers, functions just fine, really simple to set up. Basically, you just turn it on and put it on your site menu. So D, overall, I think you have an absolute beautiful website. I love your logo. I love the colors, the font choice. The biggest thing for me that I am really missing on your site, as per usual for site reviews, is those categories and keywords. You've done a good job. I see you've really went in there and thought about your gallery captions and some of the other galleries that we were looking at. So you've thought about those gallery captions. You've got those in there. I really, really want to see the categories and keywords so this can start showing up better in search results, because you've keyworded it and then set it to show on the actual gallery. Beautiful, beautiful site. Just great job overall. Wonderful job. All right. Let me go back. Let me check on you guys in chat really quick. Looks like some of you guys jumped in, hanging out with us. Let's see. We've got Lynn Corin. Did I say it right? Hopefully I said it right. Corin. Looks like she got the first number with site 56. So I'm going to grab site 56 here in just a second. Ian Oliver, 43. David England, Roush Photography, Casper Northern, Brenda, and Joyful Journey. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us and jumping on here. So the next site I'm going to review is going to come from the backlog. If you have not submitted your site for review yet, the next site after this one is going to be one from you guys in the live chat audience. So if you haven't submitted it yet, that link is in the description below, and I'm pretty sure Cheryl's thrown it out in the chat for you guys as well. Make sure that you get your site in there, because the next one after this one is going to be from you guys on the live chat audience. So again, back to number 56. Let's go check out number 56. And number 56 is, oh man, I don't know how to say this last name, so I'm just going to say the first. I'm going to give it a try. It's Tony. Man, I don't know. You guys let me know. I'm going to pull this over and paste it in, and you guys let me know if somebody has a really good idea of the actual pronunciation of this, because otherwise I'm just going to mess it up like I normally do, and then you guys can just make fun of me again like you normally do, which is fine with me. I think it is Tony Ciccone. I don't know. See, like, that was a pretty bad attempt. Somebody like spell it out for me really simple in chat. Let me know how to pronounce this so I don't feel like such a huge dork. But here's the web address. We'll just go ahead and throw 15 minutes up. We'll get this review started. Let me know in chat how I'm actually supposed to pronounce this. All right. Okay, so we'll just start up here. Tony, you've got a little favicon up here. Great job doing that. Also, you've taken the time to do your site title. So if you guys can see part of this right here, it says the name, and then it says Denver Fitness, and I'm guessing that goes on to say Denver Fitness Photographer, Photography, something like that. That's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about putting in your site title. Even though we can't see it right now here, this shows up in search results. Google can see it, and when you go to Google and you type in something, it shows up as that title above all the search listings. So that's why I talk about it a lot, because it is really important, especially here on your homepage. Okay, we're going to bring this back up. Really cool logo. I think you've got a great logo here. Some absolutely beautiful images. And I love the way that you've made use of your welcome message here. So you have your name, you have all kinds of information in here. We already know what location you're shooting in, even though, let's see. Okay, so it says right here, Colorado active. Let's see, provides portraits, including. So you might think about dropping that Denver, Colorado, or just Colorado here again in your welcome message. Just something nice to have in there. But you've got fitness, yoga, lifestyle, all of that stuff all over your website. So I think you've done a great job at that, getting this set up. This is looking good. Beautiful, beautiful selection of images here on your homepage. So let's go ahead and check out your gallery. So we're going to hover over your site menu, and let's start off with yoga gallery here. All right, so let's click on yoga. And let's just take a look. So beautiful yoga photography element of book 8. Awesome. So this is a fantastic example of how to use your gallery captions, right? So I talk about this a lot, about putting call to actions in your gallery captions. And this is a perfect example. So he's talking about the type of photography that he does. He has a book button right here highlighted, so I can click right here and go to the book page, which we'll check that out in a second. And this is just a beautiful use of gallery caption. Again, you might think about mentioning Denver in here. You might think about maybe mentioning specific locations, maybe some of your favorite places to do these shoots. That just is going to help you with your SEO, but this is a really great use of a caption right here. So just absolutely beautiful. Now, the other thing that I'm seeing here, and I haven't seen this in a while, is you've taken the time to really go in and customize the layout of your gallery and the theme. So you have these nice rounded edges on your photo, which give your gallery a really unique look. It really stands out. It's really different from most of the things that we've looked at previously. That little round edge. If you guys didn't know you could do this, you can go into your theme designer and you can actually round the edges of your thumbnail images. You can do a lot of different things in theme designer. If you haven't checked it out, there's lots of videos on our channel that really go in depth in Theme Designer. So make sure that you check that out. But this is just really well done right here. Really cool looking. All right, let's look at some of your images here. So what I'm looking at is just kind of hovering over these, and we're seeing right here, great use of a title. Now, this is only showing on a hover, so I don't think that this is going to help with your SEO. However, when you click on one of these images, it should have that image title right over here. And again, lots of people ask about the image caption. What should I write in my image caption? What is the image caption for? This is a perfect example right here. This is just a great example. So it talks a little bit about the image. It looks like they actually have the I think that's the apparel designer tagged in this as well, where you can go to their website. This is just a wonderful use of the image caption on its own. So great use there. Let's scroll down and let's see if we have categories and keywords in this gallery. So we're going to scroll down to the bottom, and a great number of photos, right? So there's not too many. I don't feel like I have to scroll for 5 minutes. I really can see your style coming across. The photos are absolutely gorgeous. No categories and keywords. So missing categories and keywords down here, that's going to be really helpful for you as well. So definitely think about adding categories and keywords. At Zenfolio, we know that you don't want keywords plastered all over your galleries, right? You want your galleries to be about your images. So if you show those categories and keywords, we actually put it in a nice little neat box kind of tucked away down here. Now, something that I'm noticing down here at the bottom is it looks like you set up a custom footer, and it looks like you maybe at one point had your own custom designed icons for social media. Whether those were deleted or I'm not sure what happened, but it looks like those images are broken and are not working. So you might want to come back in and check those out and make sure that those are linking to the right space, that they're set up correctly, and something didn't happen to those photos. But overall, these images in this gallery is just really, really beautiful. All right, we're going to move on really quick. Let's go check out fitness photography. All right, and so this is a group page. Again, you've utilized your caption here. Wonderful job. This is actually a group page, which it looks like it's linking to different portfolios. So I think this is really cool. I like the way that you've taken the time, brought these images in Photoshop and kind of created this custom cover thumbnail for those galleries. Really, really cool setup. Let's go check out the aerial dance photography one. So again, everything is just staying super consistent, really, really well designed and laid out. I'm missing the categories and keywords, just like I was with the previous site. Definitely something you want to go back and think about, but I love that you're using your captions. I love this nice design that you've got going on here, and everything is just so really, we've had some really, these past two sites have been really nicely designed and laid out. So really good job on there. So I'm going to throw up a bonus point for the curved edges here. Nice there. All right, let's go check out a couple more. I'm going to play it safe and skip over the beauty and glamour, hopefully. Let's check out your published and featured work really quick, and then we'll progress to the rest of your site. So this is really cool. It looks like it's a gallery of maybe screenshots that you've taken of where you've been published, different things that you have going on. Talk a little bit about your personal branding, some examples of these. So again, this is a really cool page, really nicely set up. Just missing categories and keywords down here. One of the things I want to point out while I'm here, the good old Facebook like button. Guys, if you're going to show the Facebook like button, make sure that you ask some of your friends to come in here and either give you a like, get that like button not saying 0, or go ahead and turn it off so that it's not showing. Basically, we just don't want people coming in here and seeing no likes on these beautiful images. So make sure you call in a favor or turn this off. All right, let's go back up here. Let's go check out your about page really quick. All right, so I think you have a really cool design here. I like this image. I think this image is really cool laid out. I'm always going to say that it's important, I believe. What do you guys think in chat? I think that it's super important. What do you guys think in chat? To have at least a photo of you, the photographer, on your about page. That way, when you're meeting a client somewhere, they know who to look for. And I think it's just important to give people an idea of what you look like so that meetings aren't awkward, so that your client's not sitting in a parking lot, meeting you somewhere going, man, I have no idea what they look like. Is that my photographer over there? Or I think it's really important to have an about photo. What do you guys think in chat? And again, I'm always going to advocate for about videos, right? When clients get to your about page, they've looked at your work and they've decided that your work is great. Now they're wanting to learn more about you. This is where you really want to let your personality come across. You want to give them a sense of what it's like to work with you. You want to let them know that they are going to love you. You guys are going to absolutely get along, and you're going to make some beautiful images because, as we all know, our chemistry between us and our clients comes across in our images. And so this is where you really want to assure your client that you guys are going to get along, they're going to like you, and how it's going to be working with you as a photographer. You have some good images in here. You're really targeting the fitness yoga community. I think you've done a really great job at that. Just absolutely really cool setup site. There's a lot of text information in here. I am not a big reader. That's just me personally, which is again why I think it's really helpful to have a video set up. I do see that you've got like some questions here, like what is your service area right here? That's really cool right here. What are your rates and packages? Pricing, and it looks like you've linked to your pricing page. So this is a really cool page. You've done a great job at this. Definitely giving you bonus points for this page. Just want to see a video sometime, somewhere, somebody. All right, let's keep going. Let's check out your pricing page. So rates, let's check this out really quick. Come on, hopefully my internet is not being slow on us. All right, so rates, and this is a custom page. It looks like you've embedded a form. And so this actually looks like, okay, so portrait pricing starts at $525, full packages, mini sessions, half and full dates available. So I think this is cool. A little bit more information. I would like to see a little bit more information here. So when I see your portrait pricing starts at $525, I think that's a good start. Mini sessions and all of that. I would love to get an idea of what I get for that $525. Is that an hour of your time and then prints are additional? Is that an hour of your time and a print credit that I can use on your site? So just a little bit more of an idea of what I'm getting might be nice here, but I think this is fine. At least it lets me know if you're in my ballpark as far as my budgeting goes. So I think this is fine as well. I would like to see a little bit more information, but I think this is fine as well. And I love that you mentioned you have half and full dates available here. So that's great too. And then good job getting this custom form embedded into that custom page. Bonus points on that. Really cool. Let's check out your specials really quick. Let's see what the specials are. All right. So specials 2020 yoga with friends. Okay. So this is really cool. Looks like we have a bit of a broken image here, but that's fine. I would just go back and check these images and make sure that that's linking to the right spot. But again, it looks like we have some really good details as far as your package go here. So this is more what I was looking for when I hit that pricing page. So you might think about maybe changing the way this is, because again, when I went to rates, I was kind of looking for more of this information versus getting to that booking thing where it's just kind of a small little bit of information about your pricing. So just something to think about. What do you guys think in chat? Is that a little confusing? Does the information seem a little backwards to you guys in chat, or is my brain just on backwards today and I'm totally missing it? Let me know in chat what you guys think. Really cool page though. I love that you've taken the time to do these custom pages. Let's check out your reviews, and I'm going to grab a sip of tea because my voice is getting scratchy. We're fighting pollen season down here in North Carolina. Are you guys fighting pollen season anywhere else? It's the worst time possible to fight pollen season, right? Because every cough, every sneeze, I'm like, oh my gosh. And then people around me are like, whoa, stay away from me. Not that there's a lot of people around me, but if people are around me, the pollen freaks everybody out. So it's like a terrible time to be going through pollen season. Okay, so the reviews page right here. It looks like from Google Reviews. Really cool. You've got this in here. One of the things I would think would be really cool for this reviews page is if we saw a little bitty, maybe just like a thumbnail image of the photos that you took for that client. I understand that maybe you have clients who are like, I don't want you putting one of my boudoir photos up there, for privacy concerns. Totally get that. But it would be nice to see a little bitty thumbnail of that out here. And I see David over there in the chat asking about the link to this site. So I'm going to throw that right here. There's the link for that site. I just threw it out in chat for you guys. But yeah, I think this review page is cool. For review pages, I always like to see a little thumbnail of those images. It just kind of gives it more validation, in my opinion. What do you guys think in chat? Let me know. We've got like 1 minute, 49 seconds left. So for those of you guys who are watching, I want you to throw a number out in the chat between 1 and 15. All right. And listen, before you throw your numbers out, these numbers get randomized. So if you think you might have been the first person to throw your site in the site review doc, it doesn't really matter. The numbers get randomized. So don't pick number 1 just because you think you were the first one. Pick a random number 1 to 15, throw it in the chat. That's going to be the next review coming up. Okay. Let's keep moving. Let's go check out your contact page really quickly. So I'm going to contact. And all right. So again, another custom page. Again, we are seeing some images breaking here, so not sure what's up with that. If maybe that was a gallery that you deleted, but just something you want to come back and think about here. Okay, so we are seeing these deleted, so it's something to think about there. Okay, but really cool. I love that you have this. This looks like it's a form embedded in a custom page. I can't see what form service you're using, but you can do these kinds of things with Jotform. Custom pages, you guys, are super powerful. If you haven't checked them out yet, make sure that you go play around in custom pages, okay? Let's check out social really quick. So a lot of times I like to click on these just to make sure that we're going to the right place. So this looks like it's going to the right one. It's a good idea to give your website a reality check from time to time to make sure that these links are actually still going to the right place. Sometimes we rebrand, we rename, we change our link, we close our account, we do different things, and we don't always remember to come back and check these on our site. So I'm just checking these really quick just to see. All right, so that Tumblr one is loading up. Let's check out your Twitter really quick. Overall, really cool site, Tony. I think you've got a really amazing site set up. Just great job all the way around. Really, really cool site. All right, you guys, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to show you guys a video about PhotoBooker. If you haven't checked PhotoBooker out yet, right now is the time to be checking it out, to go in there and setting up your profile. It's completely free. When we get through all of this crazy mess that we're all going on right now, people are going to start booking photo shoots again. Everybody who had their shoot postponed, all the weddings that got pushed back, I feel like all of that stuff is going to come back in this crazy surge, and we're all going to be way more busy than we can possibly imagine. And so right now, while you have time available, it's time to be setting up things like making sure your site's set up the way that you need it to be, setting up your PhotoBooker profile right now so that when people start booking shoots again, you have that done, it's set up, and it's ready to go. So watch this video, make sure that you check out PhotoBooker, the link's in the description below this video, and then we're going to come back and do the review for one of your guys' sites in the live chat audience. All right. So, like Cheryl said, like I said, make sure you guys go check it out. Get your profile set up, ready to go. The first number that I saw was from from Casper Northern. Threw the number 2 in there. So the number 2 site from the random generator goes to davidenglandphotography.com. So let me get that site pulled up over here and we will get started with that review. So here we go. Whoa, stop doing weird things. Computer, there we go. Okay, here we go. And let's get this over here. And we will do a 15-minute review on that. Then we'll have about 5 minutes left. If you have questions, I will do my best to get them answered. If not, if I don't get to answer any of your guys' questions today, they will get added to a doc that we will look at on Thursday. So make sure you come back and hang out with us Thursday for Zenfolio Live. All right, 15 minutes. Here we go. David England. All right, so first let me bring this down so you guys can see the web address. It's davidenglandphotography.com. And just getting started up here, it looks like you do have the favicon going. And I see the tube, so which means that usually you have more information in the website title. I wish I knew how to grab this and drag it over so we could actually read that information. But it looks like you've taken the time to actually put information in your website title. So great job doing that. All right, let's get this back up here. Really cool logo. It is a little tight for me, so I feel like this is a little tight just from a design standpoint. So what you can do is you can go into your site header, go into customize view, go into your site header, and then in the bottom left corner of the in customize view, go down to site header, and then there is a logo tab that you can click on. I believe it's called logo tab, and there's padding that you can add. And if you add maybe 5-10 pixels of vertical padding, it's going to give us just a little space between this line right here and the top up here. So this doesn't feel so tight. So something to think about there. Just it's making me feel a little claustrophobic, not a huge deal, but just wanted to let you know that you can do that. All right, so we're on the home page. I think you have a cool logo set up here. Let's see. So you guys can see the size of my scroll bar. That does mean that there are a lot of images here on the home page. And they're beautiful images, absolutely gorgeous images. My personal philosophy on the homepage is that I don't want people to spend a lot of time here. This is my bait and switch page, for a better lack of a better word, right? This is where we show them our best images. I would say your best 10 to 20 images on the homepage. This is your elevator pitch. This is where you convince them that you do the type of photography that they're looking for, that your skills are up to par, and then you want them to progress through the rest of your site, which then hopefully leads them down the road of contacting you and booking you as a photographer. So if you have a lot of images here on the homepage, the problem with that is that you then end up with people spending time here on your homepage, not progressing through the site and kind of going down and browsing all of these images. And you have some absolutely beautiful images. I would definitely consider cherry picking these, culling it down just a little bit so there's not so much to scroll through. Let's go ahead and check out your portfolio. Great job here. You've got a portfolio drop down. Nice setting this up. This is such a good navigation for portfolios. It makes it really easy for your visitors and clients to get through there. So let's check out your wedding portfolio. All right, and it looks like you do have a great caption up here. So right now we know where you're located. Within a couple of clicks, I know exactly where you're located. And then just some absolutely beautiful, beautiful wedding images. Now, I'm guessing that a lot of these images are probably images that we also saw on the homepage, which is, again, why I like to say limit the selection of the images that you show on your homepage. That way, when people are going through and browsing through your portfolio, they're not seeing duplicate images. Not that there's a problem with that. It's just that I don't want somebody going through and saying, well, didn't I see that on the homepage as well? I want to see something different. So something to think about. Great job on the caption though. Let's scroll down. Lots of images in your wedding portfolio. I would definitely consider culling this down. You guys can see how small my scroll bar is. I would definitely consider culling this down to the best of your best, making sure that you're keeping it updated. Check on it every couple of months. Make sure that you're uploading fresh images. Any older images, go ahead and pull them out of this. Basically, this is where you want to show people the best of your wedding work. And so you definitely don't want to have 500 images for people to scroll through, because one, you can see right now, I'm kind of having to wait on these to catch up just because there is so many images, it's having to cache it in my browser. But what I'm trying to get down here to see, if we have any categories and keywords. So you guys can see, like, think about this from a visitor's perspective, right? We're seeing this from a client's or from our perspective as photographers, knowing Zenfolio, knowing what we're seeing. But if this is a visitor, is this the experience that you want them to have looking through your portfolio? Right? So think about that. And then we get all the way down to the bottom, and I'm not seeing any categories, keywords, anything like that. We have the like button on here, and then I'm also seeing the guest book. Not that there's anything wrong with the guest book. The guest book does become a target for spam sometimes. Personally, I like to leave it off, but if you're actually using that and you have people going and actually posting, leave it on there if people are actually using it the way they should. David, I do want to say again, you have some absolute beautiful, beautiful wedding images on here though. Very beautiful photos. Okay, so let's go check out another portfolio really quick. Let's go to your engagement session and let's check that out. Great job again up here on the caption. Nice utilization of that. Definitely think about adding a call to action in here, right? Maybe a contact me and let's talk about your upcoming engagement, or click here to reach out and talk to me about your wedding date. Things like that catch people's attention to get them to act on the impulse that they might be having in that moment. Even though the contact's up here, putting it in here as they're reading that could help them go ahead and just jump on it and do what you want them to do, which is to contact you to hire you as a photographer. Again, there are a lot of images in here. So again, we are having this huge scroll down, but again, they're fantastic. So one of the things, David, too, I would kind of look out for is images that are almost duplicates, right? So we're looking at this and we have these 3 photos here. All of these photos are beautiful. They're almost the same photo. So I would do things like, okay, I like this one the best because I can see both of their faces and they have great smiles. Even though I like these photos, I'm just going to use this one. Same thing down here as well. So just cherry picking these photos out. This is the first same couple photo I've seen. So if that's something that you specifically specialize in, maybe getting some more photos in there to really highlight that as well. That's the first one that I see. Now that could be because I'm scrolling so fast, but if that's something that you specialize in, make sure that you're highlighting that. That's a good thing to have in there and highlight. Let's keep scrolling down here. So again, just a lot of images, absolutely beautiful images, but I don't think that you have to show visitors 500 photos to let them know that you are a really good wedding photographer. I think that you, especially your images, David, I think you could do it with 10 to 20, maybe 25 if you really feel like you need to have that many, but your images are just beautiful. I don't think you need this many photos to let your visitors know that I am a really good photographer. And again, down here, we're seeing the like button. We're seeing no categories and keywords. So just some things to think about there. All right, I'm going to check out 1 or 2 more portfolios and then we'll move on to the rest of the site because I'm assuming probably the feedback that I'm going to have is going to be the same. As Cheryl saying in chat, though, David rocks at lighting. Like, your lighting is spot on. Looks nice. Really good. All right, let's keep moving. Let's check out your headshots really quick. So let's click on headshots. So here we go. We're switching up to a different style here. What do you guys think about this different version of this gallery versus the thumbnails? So now we're kind of switching to this. It's a little bit different. And I do want to point out we have all of these kind of elements over here. So something you want to think about, David, is this stuff that you want people to see? Is there a reason for your headshot clients to see your EXIF data? Which, let me see, you're a Canon shooter. Lots of information we can see right there. Sometimes that's important. Sometimes you want to show people that. I know there are commercial photographers who that's very important to show that information for some of their clients, but sometimes it's not important. Is this information that you want to be shown here? You can turn these little hover things off on this photo page if you need to. So if you don't need this stuff showing, you can definitely turn it off. But what do you guys think about this different style of portfolio versus the grid? You guys like this better? Do you think it makes a nice distinction between weddings and engagements coming into kind of professional headshots? Or do you think it would be better to have everything kind of consistently the same as far as the layouts go? I kind of opt for consistency, but I can definitely see in some circumstances and situations where it's nice to kind of show that difference. So like switching from weddings to, okay, now you're looking at professional headshots. So it's kind of set up a little different. But curious what you guys think about that in chat. Let's go check out another one. Let's go. So what is photo slideshow? Is this examples of slideshows that you've done for people? Okay, so click on a photo to watch a slideshow, which is exactly what that is. Okay. So it looks like this is a gallery of different slideshows. So let's take a look really quick. Let's just check out one. Okay, this is really cool. Yeah, I think this is really cool. So one of the things that you could do is, it looks like you're doing these primarily for weddings. You could say wedding photo slideshow. You could maybe even include a couple of these in your wedding portfolio, and then just make sure that you have it highlighted either with the title of it, saying this is a wedding photo slideshow, or something like that. Let's go up here. Let's keep going. Let's move on to your real estate photography, and then we'll check out the rest of your site. I love that consistently in every gallery so far I'm looking at, I'm seeing that you're using that caption. So I'm glad that you've got that caption going. Let's maybe think about adding some location information in here. It does say real estate photographer Long Beach. Great, getting that up here in the title. Let's go ahead and get rid of the guest book. I don't see anybody using the guest book. I personally, not that I don't see other photographers use it, this guest book has 0 entries. Don't really see a reason for it to be there. If you have a specific reason, that's fine. Again, the guest book usually becomes a place for people to spam. So something to think about. Do you really want to show that here? Let's go down. So I think that the image selection that you have here for a real estate portfolio, this is more along the lines of the numbers of photos I like to see. This is about right. It didn't take me long to scroll down through here. I don't have to see 500 images to know that you're a good real estate photographer. This has really shown me plenty of what I need to know. Now again, categories, keywords, information down here. That would be nice to see that down here. So just something to think about. Those kinds of things are going to help you show up better on search results, especially if you're actually going in and categorizing and keywording your photos, which I hope that you are. Again, it's just going to help drive traffic to your site. All right, let's go and check out some other parts of your site. So information, let's check out your information about us. Let's go take a look at that. Great headshot. I started taking photos in 2000. Okay, cool. So I think this is nice. The one thing that's a little weird, not a big deal, but anytime I see things like this, I like to point it out. Information says about us, and then your title is David England, and then down here, it's just kind of referencing yourself. So unless you have other photographers that you kind of have working for you, if you do, you might want to mention that here. Otherwise, if it's you, just you alone, which it looks like it is, which is perfectly fine, you might want to change that to say about me or something like that. Not a big deal. Being a little nitpicky just because it was a little weird. I was like, about us, and then it was just David. So you might think about changing that up. Our services. Let's check that out really quick. Weddings, and let's see. So these are the services that you offer. It looks like this is the start of a custom page. Kind of show some examples here. So I think this is a really good start. What I would like to see here is more information off to the side over here about these types of services. Maybe a little blurb about the types of packages you offer. This is also a great place to make that image clickable, where maybe we could click and view that portfolio gallery for that specific type of shoot, just because it's nice to have everything kind of interlinked. Also too, if you're a preferred vendor at any wedding venues, it might be information that you like to put here. If you're getting people on your site looking for a wedding photographer, chances are they might still be looking for a venue as well. And if you can give them that information, if you can reach out to the venues that you're linking to and you can say, hey, I just want to let you know I'm a wedding photographer in your area. I have a site up. I photographed a couple of weddings at your venue, and actually I'm linking to your guys' venue. Do you guys mind linking back to me from your site? Creating that type of relationship with these venues, and then those back and forth links are going to help your SEO as well. So something to think about there. Okay, so let's go down here, our location, printing. All right, so good information. This is all great. I think this is a cool page. Feels like it's a start. I would definitely go in and think about adding some more information. All right, let's go check out your testimonials really quick. And let's see. So testimonials coming from Google, Wedding Wire, Yelp, The Knot. Nice. All right, I think this is a cool page. Let's get this. So this is a custom page. Let's get this centered up a little bit. You should be able to open that custom page, hover over these images, hit the center, and it should center that back up. And then let's get rid of some of this spacing right here. Bring these up, but I like that you have these images with the testimonials here. So this is really cool. Again, we are seeing this extra space here. I know sometimes in custom pages, if you're not used to working in them, if you hit enter, it does create a double space. Shift enter will give you a single space. But I think this is cool. Let's see here. So I think you got a great job there. I'm going to give you bonus points for that. David, you've got some beautiful photos. Absolutely beautiful photos. So my biggest thing I would consider working on is culling down some of those portfolios, culling down the images that are on your homepage, and then really thinking about the captions, including some location information in your captions, and then going back and getting those categories and keywords to show on your portfolio so that it helps you with your search ranking. Overall, though, really great site. I think you have a really good start. The custom pages that you've started are really, really cool as well. So thank you for that. Thank you for submitting your site. All right, everybody, thank you guys so much. Everybody who submitted a site, thank you guys so much for that. We've got about 4 minutes left. Let me catch up on some of you guys on chat here really quick. D says, you talk about categories and keywords in almost all websites. The problem that I found is that when I put the keywords and categories, my copyright at the bottom of my page gets shifted to the left and becomes off-centered. It looks a little weird. Just an FYI. That is a very great observation. Definitely something that I will go look at and see if maybe I can address. Maybe I'll talk about it on Zenfolio Live if I find a solution for that. The question I would ask here is the balance? What's the balance? Is that caption or that copyright being centered really worth removing your categories and keywords from? Because that information is information that Google indexes and brings people to your portfolios. For your client galleries, definitely you don't need to have your client galleries categorized and keyworded unless they're public client galleries, and then you can let that show. That way it is bringing some traffic to those, which will then lead you to them to your site. But again, it's the payoff of, is that off-centeredness? Is it enough to really say, okay, that bothers me enough that I'm going to turn that off? If it is, that's fine. It's totally fine. It's a personal preference. If you're a design first kind of person where you're like, I'm worried about the aesthetics of everything, that is the primary thing that I want to focus on, that totally makes sense to turn those categories and keywords off so that that doesn't off center. For me, it's kind of a weighing things. Is reducing the potential of more traffic really worth that off center? So that's what I would think about and suggest. But again, I'll definitely look into that, D, and see if maybe there's an option to get around that. I'm not 100% sure. So I will definitely get into that and look at that for you. And maybe I can talk about it this Thursday on Zenfolio Live if I found something for that. All right. Okay, so, hey, I just want to say thank you guys again so much for all of you guys who came on here today and hung out with me. To everybody who submitted their sites, thank you guys so much. If you put your site in the doc and it didn't get reviewed today, then what happens is it goes into our backlog. So potentially we'll review it on another Site Review Tuesday. So make sure that you keep coming back and joining us and watching and hanging out with us again, because it's going to go into that backlog. And as always, if it didn't get reviewed today, you can always come back next Tuesday and put it in there, and maybe it will get drawn that day as well. But I do want to say thank you guys so much. Let's see, Sharks 408, Corin, DD Barber, as always, thanks for hanging out with us. David England, let's see, anybody else that I missed? Joyful Journey, Brenda, Casper, Roush, am I saying it right? Is that Roush like Mustang Roush? Am I saying that right? Ian, Lynn, all of you guys, thank you so much. Jennifer, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. We really appreciate having you guys here. Don't forget, this week on Zenfolio Live, we are going to be talking about uploading archived galleries, best practices for doing that, how to market those archived galleries to your clients. So make sure that you join us for that. And hey, this week, sometime today, make sure that you are posting positive content, that you're encouraging people, that you are uplifting others, and that we're just all there helping each other to make it through this mess that we've kind of all found ourselves in. Hopefully it'll be over with soon, but until then, we can still keep a good and positive attitude and help others do that as well. You guys stay safe, and I'll see you guys again on Thursday.